Now, why health and physical education and its learning areas are important? Before I started this unit, as I shared, I really didn't like PE because I wasn't really good at it. But despite this experience, I knew as a potential educator, I knew it is tremendously important, but I thought PE is just important because it encouraged students to be outdoor person, keep exercise, and ultimately, through all this outside and the exercising, make them and maintain healthy body. But now, I know it is much more than that. Health and physical education and its learning areas are important because just like every other good education is, it is about the children. HPE provides opportunity for educator and students to look at the health and physical related challenges the children experience. And together, they explore and discuss what is healthier and meaningful alternatives there are for the students. Again, the ultimate purpose of the HPE is producing an informed future contributing citizen who will make sound and meaningful decisions to assist their mental and physical well-being. Of course, this doesn't mean educators need to spoon-feed all the information to the students, but rather our duty or responsibility is forming a safe and supportive environment where robust in exercise, discussion, and activity, and present experience and assessment which students can refer or recall in their future. That is why health and physical education is not mere health promotional program, but it is intricate a lesson combined with multicultural and multi-curriculum possibilities with the 5 proposition. Well, it's about being all critical. Broadly speaking, I believe there are 3 main types of resources in health and physical education. First being curriculum as resource, then human resource, and finally material resource. Of course, the children's safety is utmost imperative requirement and concerns of the educators to consider. In addition, when educator prepares resource or material for their HPE lesson, they have to think about whether the material is supporting 5 proposition of HPE. Will it support critical cognitive process of the students? Or does resource reinforce meaning in students' movement or activity? Or will it serve educational purposes? So it means I can't just use any resources for the sake of doing it. It has to have an explicit and supportive reason. Why am I using the resource? For instance, because a lot of institution or academic recommend to use technology, I can't just use it. I have to have an appropriate reason and purposes to utilizing that particular resources. Another consideration educators need to make is the sensitivity and accessibility of the resources. For instance, let us imagine that I am running HP lesson with indigenous art. On surface, it may sound I'm being inclusive and try to make my students to appreciate local heritage. But I am possibly being offensive to the Aboriginal community because I do not have community permission and sufficient knowledge to educate indigenous art, and maybe that art is specifically belong to local indigenous community and its elder. Again, I could just doing it for the sake of doing it. Then what should I do? That's right, I can work together. The five proposition encourages community collaboration. So, why can't I invite the local indigenous leaders and parents to work together with my students and other parents to form and present valuable and meaningful experience to my students. Learning in, about, and through movement was introduced by Arnold in 1988. It signifies students' agency to move, indirect learning from experience, human development, and development of human relationship and social skills. I believe I can relate this value to research and experience I had while I was in early childhood education sector. First, let us discuss our infant mimicking funny expression of the parents. This interaction is indeed significantly less requires movement compared to the exercise done in primary school, but this is absolutely crucial process of learning for the baby to developing conceptual reciprocity, which is infant's first step of learning social skills and bonding relationship with the parents. It demonstrates the baby's movement agency and experience the context of the family. Allow me to narrate another example. We can easily observe children playing on sandpit and playing things they have observed, such as playing a doctor in hospital, or enjoying food or drink in cafe or restaurant, mimicking their parents, or just playing big dinosaur from TV. This mimic/play is also carries social significance. The interaction each children share assists their social skills development, and the role they enjoy allows children to experience the world, the real or fantasy world they imagine or live in. In addition, the sensation from the toy and the sand they touch reinforce the meaning of the experience. As such, children's movement in their interaction and play allows learn in the environment, learn about the context, and learn through the experience. Finally, if I reflect my experience of unit planning with Australian professional standards for teachers, while I was able to relate all the other standards, but I felt I was able to improve my knowledge of standard 2, know the content and how to teach it, and standard 4, create and maintain and supportive environments. As for the standard 2, trying to be explicit on my discussion was most common suggestion and the criticism I received over the years. However, but through this unit planning, myself and my partner were able to explore and focus on one specific topic, which was self-esteem, and we were able to design activities and explain our rationale based on our focus. So I was able to improve my skills on being explicit. Thinking back overall experience from this unit and planning lesson sequence about self-esteem with my partner, naturally I was able to reflect my displeasurable PE lesson I had in my primary school. As various researchers and studies indicated, stigmatization and lack of confidence still remains and affects every individual in school. Teachers and students, both of these groups, were able to find meaning and enjoy health and physical activities and encourage if there is a confidence and supportive environment to encourage their participation. In that reason, in my future HPE lesson, I want to be an educator who presents relatable activities with robust discussion in mutually supportive and respected environment. Thank you very much for listening to my inquiries and have a lovely end of the year.